The drummers that modernized the drum set took the baton from Baby Dodds and Zeddy Singleton and Big Sid Catlett and modernized the sound. Kenny Clark, Max Roach, Art Blakey, Roy Haynes, Buddy Rich, Lewis Hayes, Tony Williams, Elvin Jones, Billy Higgins, Jeff Tain Watts. And as it progresses, we have on the groove side of things, we have Pistol Allen, Jabo Starks, Clyde Stubblefield, Al Jackson. On the stacks and Motown and groove side of thing, we have the drummers for Gamble and Huff. We have the drummers for the Philly groove thing. We have Yogi Horton. We have Earl Palmer, Steve Gadd. Let's talk a bit about what swing really is. I've heard a couple of different ways of vocalizing the jazz ride pattern for swing, and that would be walk the dog or side of beef. So a great way to remember what a swing pattern is walk the dog, 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 walk the dog. Or side of beef, side of beef, side of beef, side of beef. Then we want to do some comping, which is taking our left hand and this is sort of what the piano player would play. The bass drum and the cymbal part coexist. I feather the bass drum and press up against the bass drum very lightly in the quarter notes. Basically, what I play with my right hand, I play with my right foot because it thickens up the sound. So I play Walk the Dog and then I comp with my left hand and then we play this at different tempos. So really fast tempo. Slow tempo. These are some different swing patterns that were modernized by these greats. It's really important to also mention some of the Afro-Cuban and Afro-Latin drummers that have contributed to this fantastic culture. Tito Puente, Bobby Sanabria, Steve Barrios, Ignacio Baroa, El Negro Hernandez, Machito, Candido, Chano Pozo, Dizzy Gillespie. Some of those grooves can be looked at as mambo, cascara. And then, of course, there's the boogaloo. Attributes with all of the limbs kind of shuffling at the same time with 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. However, the Chicago shuffle doesn't necessarily have as much of the bass drum doing the shuffling. It more takes a simpler approach and uses quarter notes, more space in the bass drum. So style with the now we're going to come to this final hip-hop break, and this one also has like 800 songs that have sampled this very famous funk break. Here we go. It's called Complete the President. important that we talk about some of the great blues players, and of course, I would be remiss without mentioning Jimi Hendrix's right here, Miles, O.D. Payne, the first great B.B. King drummer. Then we've got, Tony Coleman, who's the last great B.B. King drummer. Check him out. And then we've got, of course, Sam Lay from Howlin' Wolf. We're talking about some of the original shuffles were played in these great musicians. B.B. King, Blind Lemon Johnson, Howlin' Wolf, Robert Johnson, Eddie Guy, just to name it. I love how the snare is offset, so and the ghost notes, right? Talking about all the great eras, all the genres. As you can see, I'm an open book with lots of stuff that I want to share with you all. So I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out here. The first lesson in semester 2. Percussionist, thanks so much to my friends down in Brazil at Radio Terra and Geo Radio Terra. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Amazing break. Amazing. So many songs come from that. This next groove is by Felicia Ross and Jacques Cure, and this is one of my favorite reggae rhythms. I love that groove because it's an offbeat pattern that avoids the typicalness of the one drop. But speaking of the one drop, let's play a little bit. This groove is from Marcus Garvey by Burning Spear. Shout out to my man Jeremy Bean Clemens, who's one of my favorite drummers in many, many genres, and he plays with Burning Spear currently. So alright, and finally we're going to play some rock. So this is a great groove. Phil Rudd is one of my favorite rock drummers. He's from AC/DC, and this is Shook Me All Night Long.
Well, we've gone through a lot of grooves today, and I hope that you
found a lot of this informative. We've covered a lot. This is a very important lesson because it gets us started off on the right foot this semester regarding all the great drummers that we're going to be talking about, all the great eras, all the genres. As you can see, I'm an open book with lots of stuff that I want to share with you all, so I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out here. This is the first lesson of semester 2 in 2024. I'm Ecussionist. Thanks so much to my friends down in Brazil at Radio Terra and Geo Radio Terra, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much.